Under Medicare for All, there'll be choices for none. Folks, when you hear government insurance, don't just hear the word insurance, hear the word government. I mean, wake up, everybody. This is the healthcare version of the Green New Deal.
They're going to fight us with everything they got. But just like the labor movement struggles, just like the civil rights movement struggles, just like the women's movement, just like the gay movement, just like the environmental movement, the way we win is when millions of people stand up and say, when my kid gets sick, when I get sick, I have the right to go to the doctor, right to go to the hospitals. We are talking about a process not dissimilar from what has historically happened in this country when millions of workers 100 years ago stood up and demanded the right to engage in collective bargaining as part of the trade union movement. That was a major step forward in ending child labor and giving dignity to workers on the job. And when we're talking about Medicare for All, it is not different in a radical sense than the civil rights movement, where people stood up again by the millions and said, you know what, we're going to end segregation in this country. All people, regardless of the color of their skin, have the right to vote. That's what millions of people demanded as we march forward to create a more democratic society. And when we're talking about Medicare for All, we're talking about a process not dissimilar from the women's movement, where millions of women stood up and said, we're sick and tired of being second-class citizens. We want the same rights as everybody else, as men in our society. And when we're talking about Medicare for All, we're talking about the progress of the gay movement in this country, where people stood up and fought back and said, you know what, we do not want to be discriminated against because of our sexual orientation. And what Medicare for All is about is pretty simple. It says that healthcare is a human right, that whether you're rich or the poor, when you are sick, you're entitled to go to a doctor. That if you end up in the hospital, you don't have to worry about your family going bankrupt, that you can afford the prescription drugs that your doctors prescribe. We are the only major country that has not yet achieved this. And we are winning that struggle. That's why our opponents are getting so nervous. So let's roll up our sleeves, let's get to work. We can win this thing, but it's not going to be easy. We will make healthcare a human right, and we will pass Medicare for All.